The 2024 U.S. presidential election is shaping up to be a close contest. Vice President Kamala Harris is the Democratic nominee. Former President Donald Trump is the Republican nominee. Both candidates have strong support, making it a very tight race. The election will be decided by who can win the most votes in the Electoral College, not just the most votes overall. This makes certain states very important. These battleground states could go either way. Understanding the polls in these states is key to understanding the entire election. National polls ask people across the country who they plan to vote for. These polls give us a general idea of who is ahead. Right now, the national polls show a very close race between Harris and Trump. Sometimes Harris is ahead by a little bit. Other times, Trump is slightly ahead. However, we can't just rely on national polls to predict the election. The U.S. election is not decided by the total number of votes. It's all about the Electoral College. To win, a candidate needs to win specific states and the electoral votes that come with them. That's why we need to look closer at individual states, especially the battleground states. Battleground states are states where the race between the two candidates is very close. These states could go to either the Democratic or Republican candidate. In 2024, some of the key battleground states are Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. These states are important because they have a lot of electoral votes. For example, Pennsylvania has 20 electoral votes. If a candidate wins Pennsylvania, they get those 20 votes towards the 270 needed to win the presidency. That's why both campaigns spend a lot of time and money trying to win over voters in battleground states. Section 4. Arizona and Georgia Sun Belt Showdowns. Arizona and Georgia are two states in the southern U.S. that have become very important in recent elections. Both states have large and growing populations, which means they have more electoral votes than they used to. In recent elections, these states have been very close. In Arizona, polls show a very tight race. Trump won Arizona in 2016, but Biden narrowly won it in 2020. It's too close to call who will win in 2024. Georgia is another state that has been trending towards Democrats in recent years. Trump won Georgia in 2016, but Biden won it by a slim margin in 2020. The race in Georgia in 2024 is also expected to be very close. Section 5. Michigan and Nevada, Rust Belt and Western Front. Michigan is a state in the Midwest that was once a stronghold for Democrats. However, Trump narrowly won Michigan in 2016. Biden won it back for Democrats in 2020. Polls show a close race in Michigan in 2024, making it a key battleground state. Nevada is a state in the western U.S. that has become increasingly diverse in recent years. This has made it a more competitive state in presidential elections. Clinton won Nevada in 2016, and Biden won it again in 2020. Polls show a tight race in Nevada in 2024, with neither candidate having a clear advantage. Section 6. North Carolina and Pennsylvania. Key Eastern battles. North Carolina and Pennsylvania are two states in the eastern U.S. that have a long history of being important in presidential elections. Both states have large populations and are considered to be swing states because they could go either way in a close election. In North Carolina, recent elections have been very close. Trump won North Carolina in 2016, and the race was very tight in 2020, with Trump winning by a small margin. Polls show a close race in North Carolina in 2024. Pennsylvania is another state that is always closely contested in presidential elections. Trump narrowly won Pennsylvania in 2016, but Biden won it back for Democrats in 2020. The race in Pennsylvania in 2024 is expected to be very close. Section 7. The Road Ahead, Turnout and Strategy. With just a few months to go before the 2024 election, both the Harris and Trump campaigns are working hard to get their supporters to the polls. Turnout, or how many people actually vote, will be crucial in determining the outcome of the election, especially in battleground states. The candidates will also need to make sure they are talking about the issues that matter most to voters in these key states. For example, in states like Michigan and Pennsylvania, the economy and jobs are likely to be top of mind for voters. In states like Arizona and Nevada, immigration and water rights could be important issues. Ultimately, the 2024 election will come down to which candidate can convince enough voters in these key battleground states that they are the best choice for president. The polls will continue to change and evolve over the next few months. But one thing is for sure, the race for the White House is going to be very close.